Good morning. It's another day and another mailbox. Let's get after it. Alright, so here we are at the mailbox. I have already canceled scanned and posted my stuff from yesterday. Let's go ahead and take a look. Looks like my potions of spectral strength sold 26 at 5.5k. Going down, we have some drums, more of my desolate armor pieces. That's awesome. Those still sell. I was worried that those would not sell quite as much given that it wasn't the XP like couple of weeks that we had, but they are still flying off the shelves. I basically sell about a set a day. Ceremonious, let's see, you got some spectral agilities, desolate armor kits. I definitely did not sell all of those. I think I made 150. That's usually what I make. I'm pretty sure I still have like 70 or something on the auction house. As we go down, got some more shredded pieces, spectral agilities again. There's some more armor kits. Going down, trying to check and see if there's anything out of the ordinary. Got some of my tomes that still mined. Double checking. There's that pink party hat I make every day. You know, yeah, this one only sold at 136 gold, but it only cost like 10 to make or something. Like, it's basically all profit. So I always make one because, again, you won't go broke taking a profit. As we go down, more tomes of the still mine, more drums, enchants, some cooking. Keep going, keep going. Some random ore I had lying around, only worth like 2k, so it didn't really change my amounts too much. There's some of the missives I made yesterday. Nope, I don't see anything out of the ordinary, nothing weird, no pets, no nothing like that. I have some of that stuff on the auction house, but not too many. I'm not big on pets and transmog. I have a little bit, but it's not something I go out of my way to do. Oh no, we didn't take a look at what my total was before. I do believe my total was like 2,815,000, I think, somewhere around there. That did grab everything, so let's go ahead and take a look at my new total now. Nice, we have 2,935,000. I didn't quite make it to that 3 million, but I also didn't really try. I kind of just did my normal thing. From our video yesterday, I do believe I started with like 2,816,000 or something like that. So I think I made about 120k profit yesterday. That is good profit, but that profit's down. I was making 150 to 200k a day. So my profit has been down in the last probably 4 days, and we will take a look at that with my TSM ledger on Tuesday to kind of see what happened this week. But my overall profits are down, but that's still pretty good. So with that, let's head off to Covenant tables. At the first Covenant table, let's go ahead and check it out. I did start sending out my Covenant tables for the Veiled Augment runes again, just because there for a bit the price jumped up massively. So I'm not going out of my way to get them. I'm just saying like way down the list, which I can even show you. Let's see, yeah, way down the list. It's like 10th in order. It's like, hey, if they're there and you have nothing else to send it on, go ahead. But other than that, I'm not going out of my way for those. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Everything's sent out. I'm going to open my few caches, sell what I need to, and send my materials to the characters that need them. As I'm going through my Covenant tables, I wanted to speak real quickly about the auction house changes coming on Tuesday. First of all, I expect Tuesday to be completely broken. I expect the auction houses to be broken. I expect there to be massive issues in terms of, you know, maybe even logging on being able to use the auction house, whatever. This is something that they wanted to test in, you know, like a beta stress test kind of thing, and they weren't able to. I don't see how it doesn't bust. That's just my opinion. However, there's more to that. How do I feel about this as a noob gold maker? Because that's really what I am. I'm new to this. I've only been doing it for like 3 weeks. How do I feel like it's going to affect me? Well, if you've seen in any of my other videos or have noticed, the vast majority of things I make gold off of are stackable. They're things like, you know, potions, heavy desolate kits, enchants, all of those kind of things. I do feel that obviously more supply of those items, right? but at the same time, there's going to be more people buying them. So you would think that at worst, you know, like let's say, I don't know, even just this meat here. Oh, let's pick a better one than that. How about that? Okay, so something like this. Right now, minimum buyout about 780, but if you look at the region sale average, the average is around 10 gold. So you can kind of almost jump to conclusions or assume that maybe, you know, because you have some servers like mine that maybe this is selling a bit less for what it bid, you know, for what it normally does, or you have other servers that maybe it sells more. That over time, everything should potentially average out to about what the region sale average is, because all the different supplies and demands will be put together in one pot essentially. So that's one frame of mind I have, that like, well, at the end of the day, a lot of these items will just go down to region sale average. I don't think it's exactly going to work like that. I'm a little bit worried that you're going to have people that are posting items and they want their items to sell, right? They want their items to sell now. So what are they going to do? Well, they're going to cancel scan more frequently. You're going to have to deal with everybody on every server cancel scanning their stuff to get their stuff out before others. I think that might drive down like your overhead a little bit on what you can make. That's my worry. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it just works fine and dandy and everything kind of just goes to region average and everybody gets to make their gold. But I'm worried stuff like the potions and other things like that I make, I'm worried that the competition will, well, eat each other a little bit, you know? They'll constantly fight with each other, constantly undercut. You know, you're going to have those people that instead of undercutting at the same price, they're going to undercut by a certain amount, and people will just keep on, you know, going down the ladder until the amount of gold that you can make, you know, ends up not being worth it. You know what I mean? They might keep driving down the profits, but it drives you out of the market. So that's a worry that I have specifically on stackable goods, being that that's where the majority of my gold comes from. But again, the other side of it is, if things just move to the region average, things should be okay. Don't be too stressed about it. Things change. I think overall, depending on what kind of server you're on, it could be a really good thing. If you're on a low pop server and you have a hard time selling items, I think it could be absolutely great for you. Let's take it one day at a time, and I'm sure we'll see all sorts of videos come this next week about the changes and how it's affecting gold making. I'm not overly stressed about it. I'm kind of taking a wait and see approach, and honestly, let's see if I can make some money out of it. Just a quick note, some of my characters have been struggling to keep up with anima. I actually have a couple that are lower than this. I gotta run them out and get a little bit today. I've made some changes to TLDR to where I want to try with like just these items. I've kind of been sending like, hey, go get everything. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Gold, anima. I want crafting materials. I want to try to keep that in there, but I've also limited it. I've gotten rid of like the some of the fish caches and some of like the cooking stuff. Some of the stuff that's just not as valuable, you can change with this drop down menu. Anyway, I want bonus follower XP if it's available, just so I can keep leveling up. And then I want pet charms. So like that's kind of my minimum. I'm hoping it's a little bit more self-sustainable by limiting just a little bit. But it'll take a week or two for me to really see, like, hey, am I having to do extra work really? Or, you know, am I having to do extra work but it's only once every like couple of weeks? I'm going to kind of test it out. But either way, some changes to TLDR just so that hopefully I don't have to go out for anima quite as often. Alright, I've narrowed down my crafting list for today. This shows some insane profit, but that's because somebody just recently flipped to the market on this. I'm obviously not going to make 1,500 gold profit on these, but I'm still going to be crafting them because I almost always do. But either way, that profit is very, very much a lie. Before it just changed, it was showing my profit only at like, I don't know, 58,000 or something like that, especially for the estimated cost. Those numbers are starting to get a lot closer together. Usually I was able to maybe put in 25k and get back like 100, or you know, put in 25 and get back in like 75. Like the margins were a lot greater. I think as Tuesday's getting here, things are starting to get closer and closer. I'm getting to the point where I'm still getting back about double what I put into it, but the amount of money I make has dropped as this week has gone on. Alright, so I started doing my shopping scan, started looking around. Everything was going nice, fine, and dandy until I came to my alchemist, looking that somebody has completely flipped all of these markets. Probably because they're trying to make a last buck before the changes on Tuesday. Because it's my assumption that it's going to be a lot harder to do material flips come Tuesday, just because there's going to be so many more people posting materials. There is going to be more people buying them, but I think you're going to have a lot of gold if you want to flip a market for a consumable like that, or for, you know, any sort of material. I don't know if I'm going to craft any of my potions today, which means I'm going to lose an awful lot of money, or lose an awful lot of profit, excuse me. However, this is one of those cases that if you're a noob gold maker, and let's say you don't have all that much gold to put in, but maybe you only do alchemy, but you're like, dang, I can't even make my potions today to sell. One of the things that you could do in a situation like this is when you go into farming mode. You know, you look, you see an item like this, and you go, dang, Widow Bloom is massively increased. So why don't you go out and farm it for an hour at that increased price? You know, worst case scenario, what ends up happening is the price comes down, you can't sell yours at that increased price, and now you just have some of the material that you gathered yourself that you can now flip it into your crafts. So that might be something I do today, because these prices are kind of insane. So I may go out and do like an hour of farming or something of Widow Bloom, just to see if I can make a buck that way, since I'm obviously not going to be purchasing these on the auction house today. Alright, so I was going and I was looking at what I need to do for my cooking, and I almost always don't have creeping crawler meat. So I took a look and I bought what I needed, and then I took a look at what's up here. Take a look at this. There's only 657, and they're really not that expensive. I'm going to buy out this whole market in this case, and I'm going to reset the price completely. Sell, post, max, and we're obviously not going to sell it at this price, but I've seen them for more. So I don't know, let's make it for like 6 gold, or oops, not 60, maybe like 6 gold or something. So a small flip, right? So heck, let's go 9. Let's go 9 gold. Let's get greedy. Just because if it's 100 gold, nobody's gonna buy them at 100 gold a piece. At 9 gold, somebody might be upset, but they might still do it. So we're gonna post that there. Gosh, if we sell almost any of them, we'll make a good profit. Even if it falls down to 5 gold and we sell them, we'll make profit. So that was what did I spend? I spent like 900 gold trying to make like 6,000 off of it, something like that. Either way, we'll see how that works out for us. On the first crafter, the blacksmith, I am also not going to be doing inscription today. I'm making an extra bit of a couple things, but overall it's going to be a lot quicker to do our crafting today than typical, and I'm definitely obviously not going to make as much money as I usually do. I still shouldn't have any issue hitting 3 million for tomorrow, just because the lowest I've made in a day is like 100k, so I'm assuming that's not going to be a problem, but we will come to that bridge when we get there. Alright, on to the tailor and enchanter. First time in a while that TSM has wanted me to make some bags, but we got those making today. Other than that, unlike yesterday, we didn't have to resupply very many shrouded pieces, but today we have a few. And I gotta remake my party hat. Alright, I am done with making all my restocking for today. There's not much else for me to do other than just make sure I cancel scan a few times throughout the day. I do need to go out and get a little bit of anima. However, the way I typically do that is I just make sure that I kill the world bosses each week if I need to, especially if I need the anima, and if I absolutely need to, I run out into Seraph Mortis and just kill a couple of rares. Other than that, not going to be doing callings or anything, probably won't even farm. Just make sure that I check on the auction house a couple times throughout the day, do a couple cancel scans. Well, With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know what sort of content you would like to see me create for you. And I will see you next time.